everybody, it's Anne from Anne Stampin' Up. Another Monday, so another quick video for you. This one this week is really quick. It's a very short video and it's quick and simple. This is the card we're going to make. Yes, it's made out of foil. The surprise is it's made out of ordinary kitchen foil. So I'm going to turn the camera down and I'll show you everything I'm using as I go along, and we'll take it from there. Just give me a second to turn the camera down. Alright, so here we are. What we're going to use to make this card, first of all, I'm going to tell you, we're going to use the Merry Christmas from the Evergreen Elegance stamp sets. We're going to use this set of dies, and this is a beautiful, a little cutout, and we're going to trim it, of Santa and his sleigh, and that's called Giving Gifts dies. It's a lovely little set of dies. It has snowflakes, it has leaves, it has a nice bow that we're always short of, some pumpkins, some Christmas ornaments, and Santa and his sleigh. So let me just put that to one side. We've got Night of Navy cardstock, 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4, standard size card. This, the white piece here, is just a piece of photocopy paper that I cut to 5 1/4 by 4 inches, and we're going to use that inside the foil just to give the foil a little bit more stability. Okay, the folder we're going to use is Evergreen Forest, and it's a 3D folder, which just means it's a thicker folder, so you have to watch your boards in your cutter, in your cut and emboss machine. But it gives a really nice deep impression, and this is a folder I've used many times, and I absolutely love this folder. The next thing we're going to use is, so this is a box of foil sheets I bought in the dollar store in Dollarama for $1.50, and I think it has 25 sheets in there. Okay, and they all pull out individually. Put that out of the way. It's just plain foil. You can use foil from your kitchen. I like using this foil because I'm not sure if you can see, but it has like little dots in it, little raised dots. When you emboss the folder, they don't press out completely, so it almost looks like you've got a little bit of snow in your cards above the trees. So let me just smooth this out and show you. I've also got, you know, a scrap of white and a scrap of navy for the sentiment, and what else do I have? Scrap of white, scrap of... oh, a little bit of black to cut the Santa and the reindeer out. Okay, I'm just pressing the creases out of this foil here gently. Lift that. There it goes. And spreading it out flat. I'm just running my fingers down these creases so that there's not really a line there. Okay, now I'm going to cut this to 10.5 inches by, let me think, 10.5 inches by 8. That'll give me enough to fold over and wrap around my piece of copy paper, which, as I said, was 4 1/4 by 5 1/4 by 4. So let me just cut this. So it's 8 by 10.5. And if it's not exact, it doesn't matter, because it's just getting folded behind. It's going to be all tucked in behind your photocopy paper. Just move that for a minute. Okay, so here I have my 8.5 by my 8 by 10.5 piece, and I've got a piece of copy paper, and I'm just going to set that in the middle like that. So I'm just placing my fingernail right on the corner there of the paper. I don't want to bend the paper if I can help it. There. Oops. I tuck that in again. There. And I'm going to do the same here. Trying not to fold the corners of the actual white piece of paper. Do it on all four corners. around it with that, and then you can almost feel, you can feel where your paper is. Now try and make sure your corners on your foil are nice and square. Fold the sides in. Give it a little pull to make your corners square. It's not quite square, it's okay. And then this one. So the only opening you have is right here in the center of the back where your seams are. When you turn it like this, if you look at it on end, you've got no openings, no loose pieces. That is important when you glue this down to your card base. Okay, first of all, what we're going to do before we put that on the card base, we're going to put this through the embossing folder. Now the embossing folder has trees right to the bottom but not right to the top of the folder, if you can see that from there. So I'm going to put this to the top of my embossing folder like that, because I want to see some sky. I want some sky left. Alright, and I'm just going to straighten that up. I'm using the line in my not sure you can see it. You see there's a thin black line there in the on the folder. So I'm going to line my folder up with that. Bring in, oh dear, the big shot. I'm not sure if it'll fit. And because this is a 3D embossing folder, you only need your plate number 1 and plate number 4 so that it will go through the cut and emboss machine nicely. And I'm going to use the small cut and emboss machine when we cut out the die. And when we open this up, this is going to stick to the folder, so you have to sort of pry it out very carefully. Don't be rough with it. There, and there you've got this beautiful, beautifully embossed piece of foil that's going to go on the front of your card. Bring in the mini cut and emboss plates, and I'm going to use, let me move that for a second, out of the set of dies I'm going to use the Santa die. That's this one here, and really this would make two or three of these would make nice sets of tags, but this is just such a cute little die. I'm happy I found it. Corner. See, and you're left with this little piece here. Well, I don't want the black shape around it, so I'm just going to take my snips. Use your paper snips if you have them, because they're really sharp. And I'm just going to snip this out of there. Get it nice and straight. There we go. So we just cut that shape out, and you see we've got the nice sleeve, we've got a little bit to trim here. And there you've got Santa and some reindeer to use. Going back to the body of the card. The trick is to put your adhesive on the card. Don't put your adhesive on the foil, alright? And you only get one chance to put the foil down. You can't lift it off very easily. So bring your adhesive in from the edge just a little bit. I know that's going to stick out, so I'm going to roll it in a little bit. There. And we're going to take this, make sure we've got the card opening the right way. I'm going to take this, put this down here. Got about 1/8 of an inch all the way around. There. You take your little Santa and some mini dimensionals, Oh, I thought I had some mini dimensionals out. See? Glue dots. Mini dimensionals I'll do. Now I'm going to try and put a mini dimensional in the body of each deer and 2 or 3 on the Santa. So I know from practice that I can't get a whole dimensional in here, here and here. So I'm using the little cut-off pieces around the edge of the dimensionals. And you may have to use tweezers to grab these or to place them where you want them. But it is doable. There we go. I just want to look at my Santa. Thinking I might need just a smidgen on the Santa. Can I get that on? On the top of the Santa. Yeah, that's just a little bit extra. Right. Bring back the card, and I'm just going to put this, I'm going to let it hang till it sort of relaxes just a little bit, and then just pop it up there like that, going over the trees, clean that out of the way, and then we're going to stamp a sentiment from the Evergreen Elegance stamp set. Navy blue ink, Night of Navy, my favorite colors. I'm going to trim this down to about 3/4 of an inch. Let's see, 3/4. I want to make it just less than 3/4. Yeah, leave about 1/2 inch either end past the letters, so that when we put it into the punch, looks pretty close actually, so that when we put it into the punch, it's not going to take too much off. Alright, the punch we're going to use is the Lovely Labels punch. This one, where you get 2 different punches in there. It's lovely. I like this one a lot. And I'm just going to slide my cardstock in here. Make sure it's in the center when it gets to this end. Smooth even. Pop the end off. Yep. Put it back in. Cut the other end off. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to put this end into the punch. Doesn't matter which way I do it this time. But again, I want to make sure that it's in the center of the punch here, so that it looks even on both sides. Punch it out. Put this end down. I'm happy with that. It's not dead even on each side, but it's really close. And we're just going to pop this up on 2 or 3 dimensionals. Pop this down here on the trees. And there it is. Quick and simple card this week. Let me just turn up the camera. So there we have one quick and simple card. Kind of catches the light. Let me just turn that light off and it might reduce the glare. There, that's not so bad. You see, you can still see the little circles in the foil, and that sort of gives you the impression of falling snow. You've got the beautiful trees, Santa's reindeer. Quick and simple card. As always, it's my card. You're more than welcome to copy it and share it if you want to. If you sell your cards, use the Stampin' Up! Angel stamp, which just says all the supplies used. Most of the supplies used on this card are Stampin' Up! Supplies. Have a great week, everybody, and thanks for watching. Talk to you all soon and see you next week. Bye.